When you gotta go, you can go strong or you can go soft. Introducing a new world of Charmin. New Charmin Ultra Strong in the red and Charmin Ultra Soft in the blue. Rediscover Charmin. Choose the one that's best for you.
Ready? Ah, so close.
Here's a lesson that's easy to learn.
Guys!
Good nutrition can taste great with new Nutripal's Fruit Bars. The only kid snack bar with one serving of real fruit. 9 times more fruit than a Nutri-Grain cereal bar. And kids love them, which is why they catch on so fast. New Nutripal's Fruit Bars. Nutritious is now delicious in the baby toddler aisle.
Don't miss Crowned this Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Right now on the news at 10, a fire rips through 2 local restaurants. The devastating economic impact coming up.
Plus, we ended the year with the lowest murder count in New York City in more than 4 decades, but already 4 murders in less than 24 hours.
Also, a rare purple pearl found in a seafood dish, and no, it wasn't in an oyster.
Plus, finally, a reward for being lazy. But be warned, winning the couch potato contest is hard work.
The CW11 News at 10 starts right now.
This is the CW11 News at 10.
Also tonight, taking out the trash, obviously not high on this guy's priority. Why one guy collected a year's worth of garbage. But first, the big story.
And it's breaking news. A man was shot by police. He's been rushed to the hospital in critical condition. It happened just a while ago in the City Line section of Brooklyn. 2 police officers were also taken to the hospital. They were treated for trauma at Jamaica Hospital. Investigators are on the scene right now trying to piece together what led to this shooting.
All right, to the weather now. Not much of a factor on New Year's Eve, not much of a factor on this New Year's Day. It's going to be a factor tomorrow. Don't get too used to the comfortable winter temperatures of these last few days. An Arctic blast is heading our way, with night temperatures hitting the teens in some places. To find out how low the mercury may go, let's check in with Mr. G. He's back in the Weather Center, and he has your weather right now. G.
All right, big guy, in around the tri-state area, we have temps. Remember it well because temps are going to tumble around here. 42 degrees in Howard Beach, in Holtzville in at 37 degrees. You see Pleasantville in at 38 degrees. Chappaqua has winds 15 miles per hour. Astoria 17 miles per hour. Bohemia 21 miles per hour. Take the wind chill factor, make it feel like 26. Canarsie, Nyack in at 24. The core of the Arctic air is pooled in central Canada where they owe us points. The cold air is now beginning to drop from the south to the north, single digits as we speak. North-South Dakota, look at Minneapolis, across Green Bay, down in Chicago, where it is 11 degrees right now, and that cold air is on the move in our direction. So the bottom line, we'll switch computers. You'll be able to see tonight, temperatures right around 30 degrees. Tomorrow on Wednesday, only 32 degrees. On Wednesday night, 15 with a wind chill factor right around 0. That is a big switch around here in the next 24 to 48 hours. And flurries are flying across the Great Lakes. So what about your Wednesday, your Thursday, Friday, a peak of the weekend? We'll have it in less than 15 minutes. Guys?
All right, thank you, G. A massive fire to tell you about tonight. Several businesses are destroyed, and people who live nearby have had to evacuate. Thalia Patillo is live for us at the scene in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, where folks there are waiting for word that they can go back home. Thalia.
Kaity, we've just learned that one family has returned to their home. Another family will be returning home within the next hour or so. Right now, still a very active scene here behind me. Firefighters are using heavy equipment to locate hot spots, to remove rubble, and the fire chief telling us that they just couldn't get to them without it. Red flames coming from every corner after a fire breaks out at 638 Amboy Avenue, the Stella Pizzeria.
Oh, huge. I mean, there were big smoke everywhere. Smoke, large smoke, loud piles of smoke. My kids, they really got worried, so we had to pull away as fast as possible. It
started at 2 this afternoon, and within minutes, it quickly spread to the adjacent businesses and to the apartments under renovation on the 2nd floor.
That was actually vacant. It was being renovated at the time, which caused also assisted in the advancement of the fire because of walls being missing and no sheetrock and no protection that way. So that assisted in the fire rolling through.
It was a very, scary and emotional situation because, you're seeing all this, and then the most thing that I was very concerned was because they had a house next door, which was the yellow house.
Neighbors from that yellow house and from another house were evacuated to a temporary shelter because of the heavy smoke. Meanwhile, one firefighter suffered a heat-related injury.
Definitely a sad way to start off for the year.
We can expect firefighters to be out here for several more hours. We have no other injuries to report to you other than that firefighter who suffered heat exhaustion, and I'm told the cause of this investigation of this fire is still under investigation. We're live in Perth Amboy tonight. I'm Thalia Patillo for the CW11 News at 10. Jim, back to you.
Thalia, thanks very much. Well, we just ended the year with New York City's murder rate at an all-time low, but the new year has already kicked off with 4 murders in one day. Chris Glorioso is live tonight in the University Heights section of the Bronx with the details. Chris.
Jim, the city averaged just over 1 homicide a day in 2007, but think of it this way. In just the first 5 hours of 2008, there were 4 homicides. One of them took place just steps away from where I'm standing on 183rd Street, and you may be able to see some of the mourners still gathered behind me. A 17-year-old stabbed twice after what police say was a large street dispute.
This is a horrible way to start a new year. Losing someone that you love, there's no words that can express that.
The new year was barely 3 hours old when 17-year-old Kenny McClinton was savagely stabbed. This is a New Year's Eve picture of him just before a violent argument erupted near 183rd Street and Walton Avenue. On a holiday reserved for resolutions, the new year has brought new, heartbreaking grief to the teen's mother and 9-year-old sister.
That's my baby. I can't do nothing to bring my baby back. That thing killing me. I'll be dead because I can't do this. I can't do this without my baby.
The killing of McClinton was sandwiched in the middle of a bloody first morning of 2008, an hour before police in Brooklyn say a 26-year-old East New York man named Samuel Schley took a fatal bullet to the chest. While cops investigated that homicide, 2 other shootings played out back in the Bronx, one after a party inside this Bronx Park building, the other in the courtyard of this Morrisania public housing complex.
When we looked out the window, we seen the body laying there. We ain't seen the shooting or nothing, but we just seen the body laying there.
The New Year's bloodshed in the Bronx and Brooklyn comes just as the NYPD says the 2007 homicide rate dropped below 500 for the first time since reliable statistics became available 44 years ago. The falling murder rate, of course, is of little comfort to those who loved Kenny McClinton, a 17-year-old construction apprentice who became 2008's first fatal stabbing victim.
He was the world to all of us. And for somebody to just take his life,
police will not confirm it, but Kenny McClinton's family says officers do have several stabbing suspects in custody for questioning. As for the day's other 3 homicides, police have reported no arrests in those either. Reporting live from the Bronx, I'm Chris Glorioso for the CW11 News at 10. Back to you.
What a way to start the year. Thank you, Chris. A tragic New Year's Day car crash has left 1 person dead tonight and a Port Authority police officer seriously hurt. It happened shortly after noon on IKEA Drive in Port Elizabeth. That's in Union County, New Jersey. Police say Marta Statlowska ran a red light, crashing into a police cruiser. She died right there at the scene. Police officer Donald Scala is in the hospital in fair condition. The 37-year-old's police dog was with him at the time. The dog was not hurt.
Road crews had a mess to clean up today. It was left by a water main break that shut down part of a roadway in New Jersey. It happened earlier today on the Eisenhower Parkway in Livingston. That's in Essex County. Workers had to hose down the northbound lanes, but the flooding did not affect any of the nearby homes.
Well, if you take a look around Times Square tonight, you'd never know the city's biggest New Year's Eve party was in full swing less than 24 hours ago. More than 1 million people celebrated the start of 2008 in Times Square, and that, as you know, brings a whole lot of paper hats, noisemakers, tons of confetti. But the city's sanitation department wasted no time on cleanup. More than 100 men and women were on the job this morning using mechanical sweepers, leaf blowers, and even old-fashioned brooms to clear the street. They took away about 40 tons of garbage.
Another New Year's tradition dropped just seconds after the ball in Times Square. The first babies of 2008 came into the world. Always a news story on this New Year's Day. Christina Penza introduces us to the 2 new bundles of joy.
The first first day of 2008 brings us dueling babies, both vying for the title of first New York City baby born in the new year. In this corner, Kamaya Barrow from New York Hospital, Queens, weighing in at 8 pounds 4 ounces. And in this corner, Isabella Sophia Sears of Elmhurst Hospital, a whopping 8 pounds 12 ounces. Both hospitals and families claim that as the ball dropped, so did the babies.
We were actually watching also the ball drop on the Times Square. And exactly when the ball dropped and the baby came out.
The ball was coming down, and they were saying push, push, push. And the ball hit the bottom, 2008, and oh, there it is!
The kicker is both mothers were expecting the girls next week.
Lo and behold, she had her own plans, and that was for 12 a.m. on the dot.
And they said that as the head was coming out, the ball was dropping.
That was a big thrill for baby Isabella's grandma, Queens Councilwoman Helen Sears.
There it was, midnight, and there's that baby.
Medical issues forced doctors to induce labor in baby Isabella's case. Baby Kamaya popped out on her own. Less than a day old, and with all these news crews here, she's already had her 15 minutes of fame. But her parents know that what's important is having a long, happy life ahead of her. And as for the supposed rivalry, each family is wishing the other well.
I wish them a happy new year. I'm sure that the mother has the same wishes that I do, that our babies are born healthy, and that's the most important thing of all.
Christina Penza, CW11 News at 10.
They do this every year, and yet the babies every year are so cute.
They're always so cute, but this one here, seconds after the ball. That'll be a tough record to break right there.
Oh, I think they'll fight about that.
They always do.
Some New Yorkers will have to find a new way to get to work after today.
Also, it has happened again. A woman this time with a drug-resistant form of tuberculosis flies into the country. Now officials are hunting down anyone who was on that flight.
Plus, a record shattered not once but twice. We'll tell you just how far this daredevil flew.
And this man literally never throws anything out. We'll tell you why he collected a year's worth of trash.
And up next, a local teenager fighting for his life after cops say he was run down by a drunk driver.
We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Wednesday.
We need to hold someone responsible.
An unprecedented Gossip Girl event.
Look, no one talks, no one gets into trouble.
Agreed.
The first of the 2 best episodes yet.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. Who are you trying to protect?
And everything is about to change.
What are you doing here?
Do you know who it is? My whole future is riding on this.
Gossip Girl. Tomorrow at 9 on the CW11. The Great Debaters is a nominee for Best Picture of the Year.
Debate is combat. Your weapons are words.
It will make you believe again in the power of movies. Denzel Washington, The Great Debaters, rated PG-13.
America runs on Dunkin's White Hot Chocolate. It's perfect when you need a sweet and delicious treat. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
A tragic reminder now of the dangers of New Year's Eve celebrations going too far. A teenager from our area is in pretty bad shape tonight after he was run over by a drunk driver. Long Island reporter Rob Hoyle was in South Farmingdale where it happened. He talked to a parent whose child saw the crash.
14-year-old Michael Nicosia was riding his bicycle with friends on this stretch of Carmen's Road in South Farmingdale around 9:30 last night when police say the teen was mowed down by a drunk driver.
The bicycle ended up underneath the driver's side wheel. He was ejected from his bike, landed on the hood and hit the windshield and then fell to the ground.
Nicosia was knocked unconscious and rushed to the hospital with severe head injuries and placed on a respirator. Terry Nicosia, who is not related to the victim but coincidentally shares the same last name, has been trying to comfort her son and some of the other teens that were with Nicosia when he was hit.
The kids are very, very traumatized. I had to bring one of the young boys home with my son, and we share the same last name, but you know, it's more than that.
Police arrested 52-year-old Susan DeTorres at the scene. She has been charged with vehicular assault and driving while under the influence of alcohol and prescription drugs. No one at her home would speak to us. DeTorres was being held on $10,000 bail. Terry Nicosia, who lost her brother-in-law to a drunk driver years ago, can't believe with all the warnings people are still getting behind the wheel drunk, especially on New Year's Eve.
This is very distressing that people take it so lightly.
Late today, Michael Nicosia was still in critical condition. The family's attorney says the teen is showing some signs of improvement, and while still unconscious, is now off the respirator and breathing on his own. Friends say all they can do now for Michael Nicosia, who is fighting for his life, is just pray that he survives and doesn't become another statistic to drunk driving. In South Farmingdale, Rob Hoyle for the CW11 News at 10.
And a father under arrest tonight for driving drunk with his 2 children in the car. This happened in the Suffolk County community of Mastic. Cops say 31-year-old Michael Orlando here flew through a roadblock without stopping and nearly mowed down a bystander. This is his second DWI arrest since 1998. This time around, police also charged Orlando with reckless endangerment and endangering the welfare of a child. Jim.
A shootout today in the Bronx. Police shot a man today in the lobby of an apartment building there. Cops say they believed the suspect had a gun, so they followed him into the lobby of the building, which is in the Morse Heights section. That's when gunshots were fired. The suspect took off. Police searched the building for the man.
I guess I feel safer now that they're checking IDs and they're checking out to see if we do live here, just in case anything or anybody trying to come back in.
Cops found him inside an apartment with a gunshot wound to the buttocks. They also recovered a handgun. The suspect was taken to the hospital. He's in stable condition. The police officers were not hurt.
The Airline Passenger Bill of Rights takes effect today. Airlines must see to the needs of their passengers when they get stuck on the ground for more than 3 hours. They must provide food, water, clean toilets, and fresh air. Now, all this came about after a plane load of JetBlue passengers got stranded on the tarmac at JFK for more than 10 hours. If an airline fails to comply, it could be fined $1,000 per passenger.
A woman is under quarantine tonight with a dangerous drug-resistant strain of tuberculosis. That tops our stories making headlines around the nation tonight. Authorities say the 30-year-old California woman became sick overseas but flew back to the U.S. Health officials are warning passengers who sat near her to be tested for TB. People who came in contact with the woman in the emergency room also being tested. In Arizona, businesses are racing to make sure all their workers are legal citizens. Under a new law, employers could lose their businesses if they have an illegal immigrant or more on the payroll. Thousands of immigrants are now leaving the state looking for work someplace else. And New Hampshire now joins Vermont, New Jersey, and Connecticut in legalizing same-sex civil unions. More than 20 couples got hitched at midnight in ceremonies on the State House steps in Concord. Under the new law, they can share medical insurance and file joint city taxes, but not federal taxes.
All right, your first primetime 5-day forecast of 2008 is ready right now.
This is a big first. Let's get right over to Mr. G.
All right, drum roll, everybody. It's going to get cold in around the tri-state area. Bottom line, in the next 24 to 48 hours, the core of the Arctic air gets in. Dover High School, Dover, in 32 degrees. Deer Park High School in Deer Park, Long Island, 41. And Stuyvesant High School, where Kaity's son Philip graduated with honors, 38 degrees. And the winds are very light, but they're popping and gusting at 25 miles per hour. All right, let's switch gears. We can go to the other computer and show you. Closing down the books. Month of December, the normal should be 37.3, the actual 37, just about norm, slightly below the norm. In terms of rain amounts, in around the tri-state area, December. City, normal should be 3.95. Reservoirs are great. The actual 5.22. We were 1.27 above the norm. And in terms of snowfall, only slightly below the norm. It should be right around 3.2 for December. We were at 2.9. All right, in terms of temperatures, the normal high should be 39. Try a 47. That's good, but forget about it because the core of the Arctic air is coming. You can see it across the Great Lakes, but really just to the west of the portions of the Great Lakes, Green Bay, try 2 degrees. All right, so once again, the storm left, again, driving from the south and west to the north and east. You can see it pulling out, lifting up hills in New England, getting clocked tonight with 6 to 10 inches of snow. But for us, the story is the cold air flying across the warm waters of the Great Lakes. You get flakes from that, flurries, lee of the lake snows. But for us, it's going to be a flurry here and there. No major storms, but the storyline is going to be the cold, and the cold in for Wednesday night, and Thursday, and we will accent that. The storm pulls away, Gulf of Maine. We kick northwesterly winds. The Arctic high gets closer and closer. There could be a flurry tomorrow. The winds 10, 15, 20 miles per hour from the north and west. A very cold day. Wednesday, and we get stuck right around 30 degrees all day long. The factor will be the wind chill factor. Wednesday night, it will feel like 0 to 5 degrees in the city, minus 10 to 0, and that's going to be north and west. That's Wednesday night. The headline for Thursday will be the wind chill factor. It will feel like 10 to 15, real temps in the 20s. So once again, the cold air is in. And here's a dramatic switch. Looking ahead, the Arctic air across the Canadian Divide, across the Great Lakes, it locks in Wednesday, it locks in on Thursday, and all of the computer models are showing, note, mild air gets in here, kicks in from the south and west, and we stay above normal around here in terms of temperatures into the weekend and into all of next week. So a lot of switches here. Keep in mind the Arctic air is in and then out very quickly Wednesday, Thursday, gone by Friday. 30 does it. 24 north and west, scattered snow shower, 32 degrees for tomorrow. Here is your 5-day forecast. I'm going to run here, then I'm going to scoot over here. Wednesday, 32 degrees. Thursday, 26 degrees. I'm back. You know, you got to get used to this stuff. Friday, 37 degrees. Saturday and into the weekend, temperatures will be in the 40s. Weather where you live. We'll check it out later on. Guys?
A perky G for the new year.
Well
running
rested.
here,
Yes.
running there.
Rested and ready.
We're just getting started here on the News at 10. A new list out banning words misused, overused, or just plain useless.
Also, motorcycle tricks so nice, he did it twice. Coming up, how this daredevil broke a world record.
Plus, how often do you find a purple pearl? And I'll bet you've never found one in your dinner.
And some commuters say they are an essential part of their day. Up next, why New York water taxi on one of the rivers is closed for the winter, and the fight going on to get it up and running again.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Noel Baumberger. I'm currently stationed in Kandahar, Afghanistan. I'd like to send a warm holiday greeting to my family out in Nutley, New Jersey, especially my mom, my dad, my brother Mark, and my grandparents. I love you all, and I hope to see you soon.
This is Caleb and Eric and McKill in Baumholder, Germany.
Wishing our family and friends in Egg Harbor, New Jersey a happy holidays.
This time is going to be different. There are weight loss products that make your head spin and your heart race, and one that doesn't. There's having every bite count, and there's blocking 1/4 of the fat you eat from turning into pounds. There's doing it alone, and there's doing it with Ally. 50% more weight loss than dieting alone. Make this time different. Commit to what's proven to work. Ally.
How do you want me to handle your
death? Treat it as if it were your own. What are you doing? The bucket list. The list of all the things to do before we kick the bucket. How about skydiving?
This is living! Jack Nicholson.
You gonna drive it or buy it a dress?
Morgan Freeman.
You know, I feel like a teenager.
Proud of you.
The Bucket List.
Nobody cares what you think.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
We'll be right in. One last time.
Your brother Chuck.
Charles.
His wife Lisa was on Jeopardy.
But don't talk about that.
Ooh, the change jingler.
Uncle Phil.
And your dad ex-cop.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Mr. Oliver.
Adam, I've heard so much about you. You don't mind if I give you a little check here, do you? How are you? How was the traffic coming over, all right? Hey, everybody, look who's here.
Photo slideshows, blazing Wi-Fi internet, and music. All on the new Shadow. T-Mobile. Stick together.
In college, I wanted to be an architect. But after my father had a heart attack, I devoted my life to studying the heart.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
Now I trust my heart to Lipitor. Adding Lipitor lowers bad cholesterol 39 to 60% when diet and exercise aren't enough. And Lipitor does more. Unlike Crestor, Vytorin, and Zetia, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease.
Ready, Dad?
Yeah. And Lipitor is one of the most researched medicines. I'm glad I take Lipitor as a doctor and a dad. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Don't wait. Ask your doctor.
Local lawmakers are calling on the city to help subsidize winter service on the East River water taxis. The city's major operator of water taxis says it's suspending service on those routes from January to May. That's because the ferries don't attract enough sightseeing passengers during the cold winter months. Water taxis, though, are crucial for the commute for people living in former industrial areas like Dumbo and Brooklyn, Long Island City, and Queens. Service on the Hudson River water taxi routes will not be interrupted.
The city's Coalition Against Hunger launched a website to make volunteering more convenient. So roll up your sleeves. Now you have no excuses. People interested in helping out at soup kitchens and food pantries can surf the website for opportunities. Just go to nyccah.org/volunteer.
Got it.
Oh, sure. Tell me, what did I just say?
I can read it on the screen now.
You can search by neighborhood or even subway lines for a program that best suits your schedule and skills.
One of the main purposes is to get people to go to soup kitchens and food pantries that aren't in the wealthiest neighborhoods that have a large volunteer base.
The coalition is also looking for volunteers with professional skills, including accountants, lawyers, graphic designers, and writers. The city has 1,200 food pantries and soup kitchens from which to choose.
Okay, good program. Yes. Coming up, you think only young folks are the ones on Facebook? Our next president might be there also.
Also, finally, a reward for being lazy. But be warned, being the ultimate couch potato contest is harder than it looks.
A rare purple pearl found in a seafood dish, and listen to this, it was not an oyster.
Think you've got a cluttered home? You're no match for this guy. Up next, a man who didn't take out the trash for an entire year.
It's Toyota's 50th anniversary, so Toyotathon has never been bigger. We're celebrating with phenomenal deals on the biggest Toyota selection in history. Like the powerful new 2007 Toyota Tundra. Get an incredible 0% APR for 60 months on this full-size workhorse. Or choose $4,000 cash back on your Tundra. It's Toyota's 50th anniversary celebration. But during the most phenomenal Toyotathon ever, you're the one getting the gifts.
It's not just Broadway, it's Disney on Broadway. And our newest star is The Little Mermaid.
Under the sea, under the sea, when the sardines...
Your favorite Disney princess joins Broadway's favorite nanny in the classic hit Mary Poppins. And the reigning king of Broadway, now celebrating its 10th year, The Lion King. Experience the magic. Visit DisneyOnBroadway.com.
It's a tight squeeze, so come on please, give me some wiggle room, that's what I want. W-I-G-G-L-E.
Here's one New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Sugar-free Jell-O, because every diet needs a little wiggle room.
There's another war going on, a silent war. Its battles are fought by children, the elderly, the poor, and the sick. It's a war against winter, in homes with no heat. Imagine seeing your breath in your living room, using the kitchen stove to survive, huddling together to keep warm, or just shivering alone. That's the cold reality for far too many Americans each and every cold winter night because they can't pay the price of heating oil. Yet our own government cut fuel assistance. And the big oil companies with oil and money to burn all said no when we asked for help. All but one. Citgo, owned by the Venezuelan people, is donating millions of gallons to nonprofit Citizens Energy. I'm Joe Kennedy. If you're struggling to stay warm, give me a call at 1-877-JOE-FOR-OIL, and we'll get you all the help we can. Some people say it's bad politics to do this. I say it's a crime against humanity not to, because no one should be left out in the cold.
Introducing the Arrow CT50 staple gun, ergonomically designed and powered by lithium-ion technology with a light to guide you. And like every other Arrow before it, fun to drive. Arrow, we make tough jobs easy.
You're watching the CW11 News at 10.
A man from California had quite the hobby. Listen to this. For a whole year, he saved every single piece of garbage and trash. It all started out as a personal project, whatever that means, but it quickly turned into something much bigger. I don't think this guy's going to get many dates. David Stevenson went to his house and talked, trash with him.
We're sitting here on the floor of my living room,
eating dinner and sharing our mutual dismay at how much trash is created and how much waste we all create.
Ari Durfel says that dinner party discussion a year ago inspired him to try to measure just how much trash he creates in a year.
What if I had to live with it? If I had to see my trash every day, would it change the way I think? Would it change the way I consume?
So from December 4th, 2006 till December 4th of this year, he collected, cataloged, and cleaned an estimated 96 cubic feet worth of trash.
I haven't attracted a single bug, rodent, anything.
But first, he set a few rules.
I run a catering company, and it's not like, all the boxes that come in every day filled with produce I'm going to take home. That's made for work purposes. But if I create it for my personal life, so if I'm at work and I go out to lunch and I get a burrito and it's wrapped, I take the wrapper home.
In fact, food packaging makes up most of this mess.
I noticed I ate probably 75 or 80 chocolate bars.
Durfel says that's prompted him to eat more fresh foods and bring reusable food containers to restaurants. He says ending the project was as difficult as sticking with it.
Throwing things away has been challenging. It leaves my hand, and I'm like, wow, I just have this sense of somehow I'm being irresponsible.
Reaction to the project on Durfel's blog page has been largely supportive, with a few hostile comments.
What I really hope people take away from it is that one person makes a difference, and that making a difference can be a fun, creative, interesting process.
Well, that's one way to make a difference, make a point. There are probably other ways.
Much better ways.
As well.
Personally, I think.
But that one got our attention, and he got a news story on it. That was David Stevenson reporting, by the way. Well, let's talk politics right now. Of course, it's a big week for that. The caucus is finally coming up. One of the Republican candidates is on the attack like no others, though, dropping the D word over and over to describe his rival. Jeannie Mose explains what that D word is.
Let's go. Mike Huckabee was out jogging in the cold with the press in hot pursuit. Hot because Mr. Nice Guy Huckabee,
Hey, sweetheart.
a guy who grips with a two-handed shake and cracks jokes,
You thought I was dangerous with a gun. Wait till you see me with a knife.
was sticking the knife in Mitt Romney. Sure, he pleaded self-defense, but there he was, using the D
Come
word.
down to, do you trust somebody who gets the job by being dishonest? And the dishonest attacks, dishonest about not only my record, but
The D word is seldom used by one presidential candidate against another. Mitt Romney's attacks on Huckabee's record sure riled him up.
not only desperate, but dishonest.
Happy New Year!
If a person is dishonest in order to get a job, will you then be honest when you get the job?
He said the same thing
Do people want to elect a president
on different networks just minutes apart.
who is dishonest?
By our calculations, Mike Huckabee was averaging 2 to 3 dishonests per interview. But just when he was about to hold a press conference to unveil his counterattack negative ad,
About an hour ago, I just decided that's not the way we want to run it.
Huckabee announced he would pull the ad from stations that already had it.
I want to show you the ad. You'll get a chance to find out exactly what we're doing. No, I want you to see it.
Cynical reporters snickered, figuring Huckabee wanted credit for taking the high road while letting the press do the dirty work, showing the low road.
Iowans have a right to know the truth about Mitt Romney's dishonest attacks on me.
Meanwhile, the guy who first went negative was now positively lovey-dovey towards Huckabee.
He's a good man. I like him.
And Huckabee, whose campaign had printed up the new counterpunch slogan aimed at Romney, "Enough is enough," was left standing in front of it saying he's had enough.
Yes.
So though he didn't take it back, sounds like for now we've heard the last of the D word.
And just frankly dishonest information and frankly a dishonest campaign.
Honestly. Jeannie Mose, New York.
Honestly, indeed. Well, with the Iowa caucuses just 2 days away, the candidates are pulling out all the stops, as you can imagine. It all seems too close to call to make any real predictions. On the GOP side, as you just saw there, Mike Huckabee and Mitt Romney are just about tied in the polls. Among Democrats, Hillary Clinton seems to be holding a slight edge over Barack Obama, with John Edwards close behind, depending on what poll you read. One way the campaigns are trying to reach voters are social networking websites. Grant Rampey, Grant, is in Washington comparing the front runners' Facebook profiles. Grant.
Rudy Giuliani likes baseball and The Godfather. John Edwards enjoys fighting poverty. Mitt Romney has read The World is Flat. Joe Biden quotes Irish poets. John McCain's favorite TV shows are 24 and Seinfeld. Bill Richardson and Barack Obama both watch SportsCenter. That material found on MySpace and Facebook, the popular web hangouts, they've become political battlegrounds. Candidates are using them to show a more personal side of themselves and to vie for internet-savvy voters.
I mean, everyone is looking to reach this market of the younger voter, of the magic demographic.
On Facebook, you can find anything from a candidate's birthday to their educational background. The campaigns are also posting photos, videos, and news clips. Along with photos of bass guitar playing Mike Huckabee, there are snapshots of him with Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, and Willie Nelson.
All of these campaigns, every single one of them, believes it's important to use all of these new media tools.
It's unclear whether the candidates are personally editing their profiles. Would Fred Thompson really list only the flicks he's appeared in as his favorite movies? Would Hillary Clinton really describe herself as a best-selling author?
If she wrote her own profile, it was a very self-congratulatory one.
The interactive nature of these social networking sites is breaking new political ground and producing some awkward moments. In what other election have supporters been able to tell their candidate, "You have a hot wife," as they told Dennis Kucinich? So, if online popularity were to decide the primaries, who would come out on top?
That was Grant Rampey reporting. So much for ambition. This is living right here. These guys perfecting the art of laziness at world record pace. The ultimate couch potato will soon be crowned.
You don't see these that often either. A purple pearl, and it was caught at the dinner table.
Also, a U.S. diplomat overseas gunned down. Up next, an international investigation is underway.
As pretty a picture you'll ever see. Movies on demand and HD TV. High-speed internet and digital phone. All three together, one bill, one home. It's cable's triple play. 'Cause everything comes alive. Comes to cable. 1-800-OK. And everywhere I go today, it's cable's triple play. 1-800-OK cable.
Hi.
You know, right now you can get 20% back in rewards on over 1,000 supplies, right?
That'll be all.
This month, get 20% back in rewards on all items from these leading brands in-store or online. Staples, that was easy.
Dear Cecilia, I love you.
Right, eh?
Do you think you could do me a favour and give this to C?
I know I shouldn't have opened it.
You should not. At least you've done the right thing now.
I will return. Find you. Love you. Marry you.
Come back to me.
Rated R.
I had my first heart attack when I was 28 years old. I had another heart attack at 29. My first stroke was when I was 30. At the time, I had 7 blood clots, and my foot just stopped getting blood. Turned all kinds of color, and as much as I tried to ignore the smell, it wouldn't go away. Every bit of this is from smoking. And this part is where I had my first cigarette exactly 40 years ago.
Classic Galleries, the premier furniture and design center. Inside our showroom, you will see an extensive selection of fine furniture, rugs and accessories, 4 floors, and over 100 beautifully decorated room settings, featuring Century, Henriton, Kindle, John Whitcomb, Baker, Cargus, and more. We design living for every room in your home. Discuss your ideas with our award-winning interior designers and invite us into your home. Classic Galleries, where furniture is an art. Huntington, Long Island.
Here's some of the stories making news around the world tonight. In Sudan, a gunman opened fire on a car carrying an American diplomat and a Sudanese embassy official. Both men were killed. Authorities are investigating whether it was a targeted attack or a random act of violence. In Pakistan, the government is offering a reward to anyone who can identify the two men suspected in the assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto. The opposition leader, of course, killed Thursday in a targeted attack. Her party and the Pakistani government have disputed the cause of her death. And finally, in Vatican City, Pope Benedict XVI held his first Mass on the new year. The Pope is praying for world peace. At yesterday's New Year's Eve service, he expressed sorrow for what he called the trivialization of sexuality and its effect on young people.
Well, a contest to find the world's laziest couch potato is taking place right here in the city. Let's check out the inaction. The competitors are sitting around at the ESPN zone in Times Square. They have 42-inch high-definition plasma TVs and recliners, along with unlimited food and drinks. I see problems there. All they have to do is sit there, watch sports nonstop. They can't go to sleep. They can only leave the recliners to use the bathroom once every 8 hours. Anyway, they're trying to beat the Guinness World Record of 69 hours and 48 minutes. The winner will get, do you really need to ask, a high-def TV and a recliner.
They're athletes is what they are. They're athletes.
They are. It takes, you know.
World class. You will have to choose your words a little more carefully now that the annual list of words banished from the Queen's English has been released. This year's list includes 19 words or phrases banned for misuse, overuse, and general uselessness. Out of about 2,000 nominations, this year's picks include the words surge, wordsmith, and the perennial awesome. Among the forbidden phrases, it is what it is, perfect storm, and erectile dysfunction.
I don't understand that.
Short of a cure, I don't know how we're going to get that one out of the language.
I don't either, but it's awesome. When we come back with the news at 10, biting into a foreign object while dining out generally spells lawsuit, how one restaurant wound up giving away a small fortune instead of being sued.
Well, it is what it is. Plus, the Coney Island polar bears welcome their youngest cub at the annual charity dip in the frigid Atlantic.
Michael Felton here at Southwest Asia. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to my wife, Shrina, wonderful kids, Kaity, Kyle, Madison, and McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey. Love you, miss you all. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Celeste Wilkerson. I'm stationed here in Yongsan, Korea. I'm sending happy holidays to my sister in New Jersey and her family. Happy holidays, Donna, Leon, and Jasmine.
Wednesday, it's time for the Mother-Daughter Talent Show.
This is going to separate the people who deserve to be here and the people who don't.
And while some are showing off their skills, others are showing off their skills.
For a moment, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gay anymore. And then I was like, oh, I love their shoes.
Crowned tomorrow at 8 on the CW11. Critics across the country are falling in love with P.S. I Love You. It's smart, original, warm, and funny. It's the best romantic comedy in a very long time. The perfect date movie for the holidays. P.S. I Love You. Rated PG-13.
It's a tight squeeze, so come on please, give me some wiggle room, that's what I want. W-I-G-G-L-E.
Here's one New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Sugar-free Jell-O, because every diet needs a little wiggle room.
Start your redecorating resolutions at Raymore and Flanagan. Number 1, get interest-free financing until 2012 on brand name furniture. Number 2, save money, put absolutely nothing down. 3, start redecorating with sale price furniture from throughout the showroom. 4, watch it delivered in 3 days or less. And number 5, sit back and relax in your newly furnished home from Raymore and Flanagan.
Wow, you look incredible.
Oh, thank
now, is that the hearty chicken rotini diet?
No, it's the Manhattan clam chowder diet.
Oh, like it? I love it. What's different? It's the turkey noodle diet.
It's working for you.
I'm on the beef and baked potato diet. Me too.
You won't believe what you can eat while still watching your calories. Because 25 of your favorite Progresso soups are 100 calories or less per serving.
Is that chicken and wild rice? Yes.
Counting calories, count on Progresso.
Hey, Heather, it's Charlie. Must have missed you. Not that I miss you. I wouldn't say I miss you because that would be weird this early in the relationship. This isn't a relationship. I know that.
To re-record your message, press 3.
Heather, how are you? Oh, that was creepy.
You smelled so good last night. Is that weird to say? Why am I talking so loud?
Now's a lame joke. People say I'm a pretty good, salsa dancer. So.
Share more, way more. Now get 1,500 whenever minutes for $39.99. T-Mobile. Stick together.
Things have changed in 4 years, but in many ways, this is just the beginning.
One Tree Hill premieres Tuesday, January 8th on the CW11.
They do this every year, and every year we go, what are they thinking? The Coney Island Polar Bear Club took its annual New Year's dip in the Atlantic Ocean today. The group included a polar bear, a polar cub rather, an 8-year-old boy taking his first New Year's dip. Hundreds of swimmers braved the 42-degree water for their traditional swim. The annual dive has been going on for more than a century. Swimmers say an icy dip clears their minds and bodies for the new year.
You just go in there, you freeze, and I come out afterwards, I'm bright red, but I feel fabulous.
That's what everybody wants, to be bright red. Today's event raised about $30,000 in pledges for charity.
Think bright red in the sun, that's what we'll do. All right, in and around the tri-state area, we're going to work the numbers, take you around the board and tell you that these numbers, remember them because we're going to lose them very quickly. Astoria, you're in Queens at 40 degrees. Canarsie, you're in Brooklyn in at 40 degrees. Belrose, you're in Queens at 39 degrees. East Newark and also North Caldwell and also West Carteret in New Jersey, 38 degrees to Fairview and Peekskill and Nanuet. At the Mall, 36 degrees. Flip move to Southport, gorgeous area, coastal Connecticut, and also Old Greenwich Inn at 39 degrees. One more stop to Long Island. We go from Centerport to the North Shore to Bethpage to the center of the island to Freeport on the South Shore. Temperatures there in the 30s. Switch gears to the other computer and let's play ball. And back to school they go. And once again, in and around the tri-state area from CW Post to Hofstra University, sun and clouds, a flake or two, 30 to 32 degrees. This is going to be a cold day because once again, in the early morning hours tomorrow, your Wednesday, temperatures are going to be in the low 30s, but they stick and they stay on a northwesterly breeze and they won't move. 29, 30, 31, 32 for a high, and that's going to be it. Proof the pudding will go the other way, and again at 3 o'clock you can see temperatures will be in the 30s, low 30s again for a high. The normal should be right around 37 degrees. So once again, this will be a cold, cold day and a very cold Wednesday night and Thursday, a moderation on Friday into the weekend. Guys?
Okay, thanks, G. A customer at a Florida restaurant got more than he bargained for when he ordered a plate of steamed clams. No, it wasn't a finger he found. It wasn't a rodent. It wasn't anything that looked like Jesus.
Let's just say what he found was with a whole lot of clams. Al Petley has more on this extraordinary dish.
George and Leslie Brock of Royal Palm Beach were enjoying lunch when George took a bite of a clam.
And I'm eating the clams and I felt this, it felt like a stone in the clam.
He spit it out onto his plate and then fished around in the broth with his fork to see what it was, when lo and behold he found it, a rare purple pearl. He was amazed.
I picked it up and it was this purple looking pearl, and I said, there's no way that could be a pearl.
His wife was stunned too.
He pulled it out and I said, oh my God, that's a pearl. And do you realize that just came out of a clam and not an oyster?
The Brocks have been coming to this restaurant from time to time, but never found anything quite like this.
My reaction is I am like, it's like a dream. I mean, it's like a dream, and it's like, I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it, absolutely believe it.
I just think if it's worth that much money, it's unbelievable. It's a great New Year.
A purple pearl is extremely rare, and to find one inside a clam is very unusual. Their waitress couldn't believe her eyes either.
I'm surprised, yes. I think that's very good luck. Maybe it'd be good luck for all of us. Yeah.
They took it to a jeweler nearby who confirmed it was a real pearl and possibly quite valuable, but he could not place an exact value on it.
I think it cost a lot of money. In my experience, I think it's a lot of value.
After doing a little research on the internet, the Brocks estimate it's worth about $25,000. They feel like they hit the lottery.
I'm almost speechless. I'm in like shock. When you bite into a clam, you don't expect a pearl to come out.
That was like Al Petley reporting. It is, she probably had a few days to think about it, but she's not expressing herself yet. No. It's a new year, but that won't keep investors from revisiting, not that they have a choice, one of the more worrisome economic issues of 2007, the ongoing housing mortgage crisis.
That's right. Deborah Costrin tells us which report will hold investors' attention beginning tomorrow. She has that and more, and a quick look at Money Matters.
Good afternoon. The stock market was closed for New Year's Day, and fresh data on the housing industry will help kick things off for the first trading day of 2008 tomorrow. A report on construction spending could hammer away at an already bleak outlook. New projects probably fell in November after slipping nearly 1% the previous month. And the results of an $11 million study could put the airline industry on the radar. A NASA survey shows safety lapses, including runway near misses and last-minute changes to landing plans, may occur more often than the industry said they do. NASA was criticized by Congress for initially refusing to release the findings, telling the Associated Press the data might frighten travelers and jeopardize airline profits. And drug companies could see some changes in 2008. Two more generic drug makers won U.S. approval to sell copies of Johnson & Johnson's non-prescription allergy medicine Zyrtec. They join at least 6 other companies planning generic versions. That's the latest in business at the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Deborah Costrin with the Bloomberg After the Bell report.
I think they played some bowl games today. Sal has the night off, but Glenn Petraitis is here, ready with sports.
Yeah, it's new year, so let the sports games begin. Coming up in sports, pond hockey at its best. Look, Mom, no roof. And the 7-10 splits got nothing on these guys. Grab your multicolored polyester shirt, your rent the shoes, and let's go bowling. And if gutter balls aren't your thing, how about a leap of faith? Sports is next on the CW11 News at
10. Wake up and get caught up with up-to-the-minute breaking news.
Top story this half hour, government corruption.
It's what you need to know first thing in the morning. The CW11 Morning News, weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
This time is going to be different. There are weight loss products that make your head spin and your heart race, and one that doesn't. There's having every bite count, and there's blocking 1/4 of the fat you eat from turning into pounds. There's doing it alone, and there's doing it with Ally. 50% more weight loss than dieting alone. Make this time different. Commit to what's proven to work. Ally.
Critics are calling The Diving Bell the most astonishing and powerful film of the season.
It explores the spirit to survive.
And now the Los Angeles Times has named it the best picture of the year. The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities.
Time's running out to leave the perfect hint for your wish list. Dreams still come true during the Lincoln Wish List event. Featuring the Lincoln MKX, the fastest selling luxury crossover. And the season's hottest new must-have, exclusive sync from Microsoft. From now until January 2nd, lease the 2008 Lincoln MKX for just $379 a month, including the Northeast all-wheel drive special edition package.
America runs on Dunkin's hot chocolate. It's perfect when you need a sweet and delicious treat. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
In college, I wanted to be an architect. But after my father had a heart attack, I devoted my life to studying the heart.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
Now I trust my heart to Lipitor. Adding Lipitor lowers bad cholesterol 39 to 60% when diet and exercise aren't enough. And Lipitor does more. Unlike Crestor, Vytorin, and Zetia, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease. Ready, Dad? Yeah. And Lipitor is one of the most researched medicines. I'm glad I take Lipitor as a doctor and a dad. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Don't wait. Ask your doctor.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody, but 2008 is only, 22 hours, 52 minutes, and like 10 seconds old. I already got a beef. We got 9 pro teams in this area, excluding the Yankees and Mets because it's winter. Got the Knicks, Nets, Jets, Giants, Islanders, Rangers, and Devils, and not one of them played today? Not a one? Not happy. Play ball, drop the puck, hit somebody, someone do something on New Year's Day. Please, all these local teams. Well, that being said, they did a little something up in Buffalo, played the first ever outdoor hockey game in the U.S. today. So cool. The Penguins and the hometown Sabres in the cold, in the rain, and in the snow in what they called the Winter Classic. 71,000 plus fans braved the snow, the temperatures, in hovering around freezing at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, where the Bills play. That's where they play football. And if you've ever been to Buffalo for a Bills game in December, you know, with no roof, Mom, it's the coldest place on earth. And then 21 seconds into the game, Colby Armstrong nets the first goal of the game. The Penguins took a 1-0 lead that early, and it was raining, as you said, snowing, windy, meaning the ice was very choppy, made it hard on the players, and for that matter, the guys getting paid to keep it smooth for play. What they played on, and early in the second, here comes the Sabres. Tim Connolly sets up Brian Campbell, and we're tied at 1 just like that. Great game. Got even greater, though, when it went to shootout and came down to Sidney Crosby for the win. Sid the Kid wins it for the Pens, beating Ryan Miller 2-1. And every kid who ever strapped on a pair of blades and took to the pond or the sump could relate to this one.
You know, as players, you go out there and play and hope that you know, people enjoy it, and with an atmosphere like this, I think anyone, not even just the average fan watching, has to be interested in something like that. So I think the game did the job of bringing that attention.
On breaks, I just looked around. It was incredible. I mean, it just tells you we got some of the greatest fans, and I don't know if there would have been more than a few hundred people that left. When I looked around, there didn't seem to be an empty seat in the building, which was incredible.
It was very cool. So no locals, very cool hockey game in the freezing cold up in Buffalo. And of course, what would New Year's Day be without college football? 6 bowl games today to start the new year. And we start with the one they call the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. USC and Illinois. USC leading 21-10 in the third in this one. John David Booty throws a lateral to Joe McKnight. Watch this play. He didn't catch it, but picks it up in the bounce. And you can do that on a lateral. McKnight goes 64 yards down to the 11. That set up a touchdown. McKnight had 170 yards of total offense. But USC had 633 yards of total offense. Booty threw for 255 himself and 3 touchdowns. USC ties a Rose Bowl record, scoring 49 points. They rout Illinois 49-17. It's the 6th straight season that the Trojans have won 11 games or more. Capital One Bowl, Michigan and Florida. Lloyd Carr's last game at Michigan. Third quarter, Florida Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow hits Andre Caldwell a 14-yard strike. Tebow threw for 3 scores. It was 28 all at that point. Now late fourth quarter, Michigan trailing 35-31. Chad Henne finds a wide open Adrian Arrington 18-yard hookup. Henne also threw for 3 scores and 373 yards to boot. Michigan sends the defending national champs home, 41-35 losers, allowing Lloyd Carr to ride off into the sunset, a winner. The Outback Bowl, match number 16, Tennessee, and number 18, Wisconsin. Vols quarterback Eric Ainge threw for 365 yards and 2 touchdowns, including this 30-yard score to Brad Cottom. Tennessee in control, 21-7. The Badgers, they burrowed back. Down 4, final seconds of the game. Wisconsin's last chance, but Tyler Donovan goal for the end zone, and the win picked off by Antonio Wardlaw at the goal line. That sealed the deal for the Vols. Tennessee wins this one 21-17. And we move on. At the Cotton Bowl, 6th-ranked Missouri squared off with Arkansas, and they might as well called it the Temple Bowl. Why? Because of Tony Temple. He opened up the scoring for Missouri with a 22-yard spinorama run in the first quarter, then added a couple more scores. Tigers led 28-7 after 3. In the fourth, on his final run of the day, the best for last. Temple spins, breaks free, 40 yards to Bay Dirt. Temple finished with 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, setting 2 new Cotton Bowl records. And with a game like that, give the guy a ride. Mizzou routs Arkansas 38-7. In the Gator Bowl, former Jets head coach Al Gore, remember him? Coaching his Virginia Cavaliers these days against Texas Tech. Best game of the day, though. Texas Tech came back from 14 points down in the fourth. Backup quarterback Peter Lacklick gets crunched, coughs it up. Texas Tech recovers it on the Virginia 4-yard line. Next play, Aaron Crawford turns the turnover into the touchdown. It evens the game at 28 apiece. Came down to this, though. 7 seconds left, tied at 28. 41 yards away. Alex Trolicka for the win, puts it up and through for the game-winning field goal. Texas Tech comes from back to win a wild Gator Bowl 31-28. Only other game on right now, the Sugar Bowl. Right now at halftime, Georgia is beating Hawaii 24-3. And finally, what would the New Year celebration be without vaulting a man and his machine through the air across the length of a football field? Dude, 26-year-old Robbie Madison electrified a Las Vegas crowd while doing his hero, Evel Knievel, proud. Madison jumped his way into the Guinness Book of World Records with the longest motorcycle jump ever, 322 feet plus. And he actually did it again, if that wasn't good enough. That's sports. I'm Glenn Petraitis. Have a great beginning to 2008. I am jumping over what, buses now? I mean, that's 322
I don't care what anybody says. It was awesome.
It was awesome. And, you know, it is what it is, really.
Okay, one last look at your weather, G.
All right, guys, in around the tri-state area, if you're jumping tomorrow, jump across dry land. I mean, there's no puddles, no nothing. A couple of flurries around during the midday hour. 27 degrees later on the day, but I do want to note once again, tomorrow night, wind chill factors 0 to 10 degrees below zero.